So here's a very quick and dirty tutorial on getting Osculator to work with Companion and a Midi control surface. So I have set up for this demo a very basic Companion setup. I have an instance of vMix which is running on a PC on my network, which obviously I've set up as normal, and I've given myself 3 buttons, and as you can see all they're doing is sending an input to program. So button 1 sends input 1, button 2 input 2, button 3 input 3. Obviously they could do anything you want. So the next thing is to switch over to Osculator. We're going to start this from scratch. So I'm going to go File and create a new session. Now I have a APC Mini plugged in to Osculator, so we need to enable that. So we go to Settings, and then we enable APC Mini. And then what I tend to find with Oscillators, you either have to hit return or click out or click in or something for it to update the settings. So I just do that just in case. When we close that off, now if I press a button on the APC Mini, you will see in the bottom here that it has shown up some of the MIDI information coming from it. So that's button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4. And notice monitor is set to incoming. So I'm going to clear that. And if I was to press button 1, and you can see we have a MIDI note on and MIDI note off message. If we go to the MIDI note on, so we have it, so when we press the button, we can click on this little arrow and go new MIDI template. And we want to call that cam1. You also click on receive OSC. I tend to replace that so it says cam1. And if you look up here, now when I press it, you can see cam1 pops up. Excuse me, coughing. Right, so if I now clear, it makes it easier if you clear it because the messages look the same. I'm now going to press the second button, and you can see the next MIDI note is showing up here. So I'm going to click on here, go to new template, call that cam2, excuse me, press that in there, cam2, receive OSC, replace that with cam2, and now you can see cam2 pops up. And just because we can, let's press the other button. So I've cleared it, button 3, here it is, new, call that cam3, receive OSC, and cam3. Okay, and now when I press cam3, you can see that cam3. If you click on message, you can have it so whatever button you press comes up at the top, I believe. Hopefully, maybe not, we'll see. So anyway, don't worry about this information here, you can minimize that out of the way. So here we have our cam1, cam2 and cam3. Now we need to assign an OSC message to them. So let's go to cam1. That's the first time we're doing it, so I'm going to click on here and go to OSC message, and I'm going to go here and we're going to go and click new. Now we need to tell it where to send the OSC messages to, and we want to send it to our machine running companion, which in this case is the Mac itself, and we need to type into that the correct URL. And just to make sure, I wrote it down, so I'm looking at that now, and the format is osc.udp : / then the IP address of the machine that's running companion, which in this case is obviously the local machine, so we put in the local IP address, and then port number, so colon and 12321, and you give itself a memo. I'm going to call it Mac companion. If you notice here on the bottom, when you go into companion, at the bottom it says hint, and it says the port number is there, 12321. It seems to have an exclamation mark at the end. I'm not entirely sure why they do that. I think that's a bit confusing. So we've told it where to send. Now we need to give it a OSC command. So here we have the roots. Everything else can remain the same. Click on rewrite, just under rewrite address here, and this is where we're going to put our OSC command for this specific button we want it to fire. And if you look down here in Companion, you can see it says, here is the command here, /press/bank1 button 1. So this is saying basically press the button in page 1 and button 1. So we can copy that if we want. We just need that bit there, and that goes into here. Hit return, and then what's important is you remove that all arguments button. Again, I like to hit return, and then off we go, and we've created a button, a command to press button 1 on page 1. Now we want to do button 2 and button 3, so on. Or for now, what we can do is copy and paste these. So I'm going Apple C, Apple V, Apple C, Apple V. I'm going to edit that one to be button 2. And I'm going to edit this one to be button 3. Obviously, we can do this now for as many buttons as we want to do. Once we've done that, we can close that off. And into here, you'll now notice that CAN 1 is saying button 1. If we wanted to now, we can go CAN 2 up here. So OSC message and button 2. And this one, OSC message, button 3. And now, when we press these buttons, we are sending these respected OSC commands to Companion. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's it. And obviously then in Companion, you can set it to do whatever you wish. And that is a very quick tutorial on how to get OSC working with Companion and a MIDI device.